In this video, we're going to be talking about another lead generation strategy, which is reaching out to long-term rental landlords. Now, why reach out to long-term rental landlords? Well, we already know that they're looking to make money from their property. There's no debate there because they have it listed as a long-term rental. It's just a matter of now convincing them and seeing if short-term rentals or mid-term rentals is going to be a better strategy for them, and if you can assist them with it through co-hosting. So here is a step-by-step, and I'll walk you through these. But we're going to go to Trulia.com. You can go to Zillow. You can go to Redfin. I just like Trulia for this. And we're going to type in our city name and look at all the properties available for rent. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm in Trulia now. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and click on this rent button. Perfect. And I'm going to use Durham, North Carolina as an example. That's just where I'm at right now. Okay, cool. So there's 521 rentals available. Now, the next thing that we're going to want to do is click on this more button. Oops, actually, this all rental types button, and click on single family home. So you're going to see it went from 521 let it reload down to 240. Okay, this is good because essentially what we filtered out or not including is apartments and condos. A lot of more regulation with them, a lot more headache. Single family homes is where it's at. So now that we have 240 available single family homes, couple different things we can do here. First thing I'll just do for an example purpose, I'll click on this one. And if you scroll down, you're going to be able to see a phone number. Now, 9 times out of 10, this phone number is actually for the property management company that is managing this property. You can even see it says Apple Realty here. So if you call them and say, hey, I want to co-host the property, they're going to be like, heck no, this is our property that we're managing. So I don't recommend using the phone number here unless if you know for a fact it's the owner, which it's nearly impossible to know that. So we have a different idea for you. What we're going to do then is we're going to take this address, we're going to copy it, and we're going to put it on a sheet. Okay, this can be like on your accountability tracker. And what we're going to do with this address is we're going to eventually skip trace it. Okay, and we have a whole video on this on skip tracing of how to actually take this address and find the owner's phone number, in which we'll then contact them through. Okay, so just for now, just know that we're going to be copying the address, pasting it on the sheet, and we're going to do this for literally every property that is here. Okay. So you can go one by one, have 2 screens open, copy, paste, copy, paste. That's one option. Second option is if you go to the more button and scroll down to furnished. Okay. So you click more, scroll down, and you can do just furnished properties. Let's let this reload. It took us from 240 to 30. Now, these people who already have properties furnished, they might already be doing Airbnb, okay? But they also might need help. So if you're just looking for a faster way, just get 30 out the gate, a smaller number, 30, could you start with the furnished rentals? Absolutely. But at the same time, it's kind of a give and take because it's also really good to practice on properties that are not furnished. And when I say practice, I mean reaching out to them using our script that we're going to go through here in a second. Okay. So just wanted to show you that. Let's go back here. Cool. So once you have all the addresses of all the properties you want to reach out to in this column, we are then going to skip trace them in the second column. And we have a whole video on that, so I'm not going to go through that now, but we're going to skip trace them to find out the owner's phone number. That's ultimately what we're looking to get out of it. Okay. Once we have that, we're going to go to step number 2, which is calling them and texting them directly. All right. If they don't answer, text them and follow up. The first time you call somebody, you're not going to land a deal. This takes time. This takes follow up. This takes persistence. Okay. So let's jump into our long-term rental outreach script, and we'll link this down below so it's easy for you guys to access. So this is what the general conversation will look like over the phone. All right. So you're going to call and you're going to say, hey, Joe, whatever the owner's name is, you're going to almost ask it as a question. Hey, Joe. And they're going to say, yeah, who's this? And you're going to say, yeah, my name is Bailey, and I was calling your property listed for rent on 123 Main Street. Is it still available? And they're going to say, yeah, it is. Okay, gotcha. So I noticed it was listed for $1,200 a month, but I was just curious if you'd be opposed to getting more money per month using a similar strategy as me and my other clients. Are you open to having a chat about this? And they're going to say something like, sure, I'm open, right? If they say yes, great. If they don't say yes, we have a whole bunch of objections we're going to go through at the end. Okay. Okay, awesome. So in a nutshell, I help owners like yourself turn their properties from long-term rentals into either short-term rentals or mid-term rentals, just depending on your goal. Okay. Um, if you have a client already in this location, you could also add in, I've seen my clients be able to more, make 2 to 3 times more money without having to do any extra work. Have you considered this strategy before? So basically, if you already have clients in the area, use them as case studies. If you don't have clients in this area, okay, I've seen similar properties like yours, okay, make 2 to 3 times more money. So basically, same script, except instead of saying my clients, I've seen properties like yours. Okay. Have you considered this strategy before? Again, hear their response. Okay, got it. What might make sense for us is to hop on a Zoom call so I can lay out everything to you and show you exactly what everything looks like to earn 2 to 3 times more money than your property's listed for now. Are you free to hop on Zoom? And they're gonna either say, yes, I'm free now, or no, I'm not. If they're not free, schedule a time. Hey, are you free tomorrow? Are you free later today? If they're free now, great, hop on. But if they're not free now, schedule a time to hop on Zoom with them. Okay. So that is that. Um, Now a couple different pieces here. We're gonna go through the text script in a second, but I'm gonna go through common objections first. Okay. Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna say, hey, are you open to making 2 to 3 times more money, whatever it is? They're just gonna say, hey, just send me an email, right? That's one common thing. Hey, just send me an email and I'll just look everything over. That's just a polite way of saying no. So this is how you would respond to that. Okay, gotcha. So what specifically are you looking for me to include in the email? And they're gonna say, "Oh, well, I just wanna learn about what you do and da 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 da, and I don't wanna waste your time and do whatever," right? They're gonna have some reaction and some response. And then what you're gonna say is, "Okay, gotcha." There's quite a bit to cover with that. So what might be easier is just hop on a quick 15-minute call. That way we can just see if it's a good fit for you and we're a good fit to work together. If not, like, no worries at all. But, a quick 15-minute call would be best. Do not just send them an email. If you just send them an email and that's it, 99% chance of you never hearing from them again. So definitely push for a phone call, no doubt there. Another common response, and that could be in any stage of the phone script, okay? Um, Such as I was curious if you were opposed to getting more money per month using a similar strategy as me and my other clients. And I put here, sure, I'm open. But if they're not open, one of the things that they might say is, I'm not interested in short-term rentals. Okay. And here's how to respond. Okay, gotcha. I totally hear you on that. What specifically do you not like about them? And then they're going to respond. Okay. And then usually one of these responses is going to be one of the things that turns them off from it. So here's what you can say to them, depending on what they say, what their rejection is. So the first one is damaged property. So if the owner says, "Oh, I'm scared that guests are going to damage my property," here's what you'd say. I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, there are several different ways we ensure your property is protected. I mean, to start, Airbnb has an automatic $1 million worth of coverage, and they can even reimburse for things as small as a damaged pillow. So, I mean, as far as damaged property goes, was there anything specific that you were worried about? Because again, you do have $1 million insurance policy. Okay, so that's just one way to handle the damaged property. Um, Objection. The second one of wear and tear. They say, "Oh, I'm just afraid they're gonna wear and tear the appliances, the walls, the furniture, this, that." I hear what you're saying. I mean, to be honest, guests are really just at our properties to sleep and be close to whatever. So this is like where when your market's gonna be important of why guests come. So if I'm in Pinehurst, North Carolina, for example, where it's a big golf place, I might say, I hear what you're saying. I mean, to be honest, guests are really just at our properties to sleep and be close to the golf courses. I mean, these guests typically use things like the kitchen even less than a normal tenant would. And if there is damage, again, you're fully covered by Airbnb through their $1 million insurance policy. Okay. So that's another wear and tear way to handle that objection. Upfront costs. Okay. This is going to be another objection that you're going to get with furniture costs. So if you approach a property that doesn't have furniture, they're going to need to buy furniture. So, the response here, I hear what you're saying. I mean, if you don't mind me asking, what types of return are you looking for when you invest in real estate? Or you could just say invest in general. And they're gonna say, "Oh, I'm looking, it just depends, 10%, 20%, whatever the response is." Okay, got it. Because to furnish a house like yours, it would be roughly X amount of dollars. And if you can make 2 to 3 times more cash flow than you're making now, I think that would be one heck of an investment. Or another option is to get financing from furniture companies, so you don't even have to be out of pocket really any money. Okay? So that's what you'd say there when you're letting them know how much it would be to roughly furnish their property. I would take their, um, put this in here too, their properties square footage. So oops, properties square feet times 10. Okay. So if their property is 1,000 square feet, multiply that by 10, roughly $10,000. Again, this is roughly, this is not an exact number. Okay. But that's just another way of handling the upfront cost objection, letting them know how it's going to actually be a good return for them. And then also there are financing options as well. All right. And now down to the risk objection. What if my place doesn't get booked up? All right. And then again, I hear what you're saying. So the best part about short-term rentals is that in order to get the rent that you're asking for as a long-term rental, which is, and then again, this is where you'd fill in the blanks, $1,200 a month, it would only take us 4 days at $500 or $200 a night at the worst. So of course there's risk to everything, but to be honest, long-term rentals have plenty of risks as well. Like tenants not paying, damaged property, etc. So what we're doing here is we're saying to them, I hear you're saying it's risky, about not getting your place booked up, but in order to hit the numbers you're hitting now, we only need to have 5 days booked, 10 days booked, whatever the number is, you can spit it out them. Um, So yeah, you have the information there. So those are a couple objection handlers that you can use, whether they object to even hearing about anything or reject to really any piece of it. Those are great objection handlers to use. Now, let's go down to, there we go. So once you have all the addresses, you have all the numbers, what you're going to do is alternate between texting and calling every single day. All right. And we're gonna do this for a 4-day sequence. So day 1 calling, day 2 texting, day 3 calling, day 4 texting. And we have scripts for you in the same document where we've been working through. So day number 1, after you call them, I would send them a text message if they don't answer. Hey, Joe, I just called. Please give me a call when you have a sec. All right. And then you can even say like, your first name. Okay. So, hey, just called. Please give me a call when you have a second. Day number 2, okay, is going to be, hey, owner's first name. I saw your property listed on 123 Main Street and had a few questions for you. Let me know when would be a good time to chat quickly. Day 4, is this the owner of 123 Main Street? Okay. I just leave it blank like that. Day 6, hey, owner's name. I noticed it is still listed for X amount per month, but I was just curious if you'd be opposed to getting more money per month using a similar strategy as my other clients and me. Are you open to having a chat about this? All right. So those are your text messages. Okay. You can send that first one again. We can do text or call and text. Okay. And then we're going to even extend it to day 5 calling and then day 6 texting so that you can do at least 6 outreaches for these people before marking them as a dead lead. Okay. So those are text messages. Again, the whole goal once you have this is to get them on a phone call. Okay. And then on that, if it's a quick phone call, okay, if it's just like, hey, I've got like 5 minutes to chat, it's really just about qualifying them and hearing if they're open to it. And if they are, then it's all about getting on a Zoom call with them. Okay. So that's the scripting of it. We went through common objections. Now let's go through some other questions. So, should you analyze each property before you actually talk to the client? The answer is no. Okay. Um, First, if you already have a property in the area, then definitely don't do this, right? You can just use the numbers that your clients are making from their property. When you say 2 to 3 times more money, you can tailor this. You can tailor this number based on the results that you're getting your clients. Okay. So if that's the case, awesome. Just, if you have a 3 bedroom property and you're talking to someone who has a 3 bedroom property, go off of your numbers. If you don't have the exact um, unit size, bedroom size that you're talking to, here is what I would do. So what I would do is I would go to Trulia, and I'd even do this before I start reaching out to people. This is just a small detail, but I'd do this before we start reaching out to people. And what I would do here is I would go to um, let's go to all properties. So we're gonna do single family homes for rent, no other filters on. So let's let this load. Okay, boom, 240. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to all beds, and I'm gonna just do 2 beds. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, okay, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. I'm gonna open it up there. I'm gonna find another 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom. Let's find another 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Here we go. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. And then I'm gonna find one more just so we can use it as an example. Okay, so I'm just scrolling through. And again, we're gonna try to find as close of a replica as possible. Here we go. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. Perfect. So then what we're gonna do next is we're gonna head over to AirDNA, completely free version. Okay, you don't need to pay for this. We're gonna take this address, okay, 1405 Faith Street. We're going to paste it in, press on search, and then make sure it says the right bedroom and bathroom count. So 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. Okay. So, and then let's change the guest count to 4. We're basically gonna do the guest count based on 2 people per bedroom. I know people say, "Oh, you can have couches and stuff," but for this example, keep it as simple like this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to our sheet, okay? I'm gonna say 2 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, okay? And for a 2 bedroom, I'm gonna go ahead and put on here $28,000 because that's the number that AirDNA showed us for this property. Now I'm gonna go to another property, and I'm gonna again put this in AirDNA. Okay, let's just see what the results come back with. 2 bedrooms, 4 guests. Press on search. Okay, so now we have 40K. Oops. Okay, 40K. Then what we're gonna do is let's get this other property. See how much this one can bring in. Okay, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. This one's super low. Not really exactly sure why. So that must be an outlier. Um, so let's look for one more just so we have an example of it. But essentially, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get a ballpark as far as how many bedrooms, what how many bedrooms equals what amount of revenue. Again, it's not going to be a perfect number, but we're just trying to get a range here. Okay. So this is not about getting a perfection spot on number. It's about getting a relative idea so that we can communicate a relative idea to the owner. So let's go to not too many 2 bedroom, 2 bed, 1 bath properties. Okay. So even if we just left it as is, okay. If we did $28,000, let's get up my calculator. So 28,000 divided by 12. So 2,300. Okay, I'm just going to put $2,300 up here just so we can see it. And then $40,000 divided by 12 is $3,300. Perfect. So then what we're going to do is if we go back to the properties here, for example, this one is rented for $1,700 a month, right? $1,700 per month. So what we can do here is let's go back to this tab. If we're talking to them, right, $1,700 times two is roughly 2 times more amount of money, right? So if you give the range 2 to 3, right, that would be a pretty good, like just spitting out a number. Same thing for this property. It's rented for $1,500 a month, 1,550. And going back to here, 1,550 times 2, right? So this one not as good, but again, this is just getting rough ideas from AirDNA because maybe for this property that's only projected, or this property here that was only projected the $2,300. Maybe this is gonna be better for a midterm rental, right? So we're just when we're saying in our script 2 to 3 times more money, the whole goal is just to see if they're open to the concept. We're not promising them 2 to 3 times more money. We're just saying, "Hey, if you could earn 2 to 3 times more money, would you be interested?" Okay? And if yes, awesome. If not, okay. So you're gonna do the same thing for 3-bedroom properties, okay? Going through Trulia, finding 3-bedroom properties, try to keep the bathroom counts as similar as possible. And then, what you can do is essentially use these numbers, loosely when you're talking to them about their property as far as, you know, 2 to 3 times more money. You'll have a lot better idea if you go through this exercise. Okay. And you can understand, okay, 3-bedroom property would make this much money. 4-bedroom property would make this much money. This is just getting a rough idea. We have a whole video. We'll link this down below of going in depth on analyzing how much a property can actually make in. But I don't want you guys wasting all of your time up front analyzing, analyzing, analyzing. I want you guys to talk to these people over the phone, schedule appointments, and then you can go ahead and analyze, analyze, analyze. But just for this example, all we're doing is we're getting a rough number, average them out, and then those are the numbers you can roughly use. Okay. So that is the spiel on that. And then how to conduct the first meeting. So just like any other lead, when you finally get them on the phone the first time, it's going to be this quick conversation, right? That we already went through. Then once you have them, once you schedule that appointment, you're then going to go to the sales training section. This is what's going to be gold for this, where you're going to see the exact step-by-step script of how to talk to them on Zoom. Okay. So to conduct the first meeting, go through the co-hosting sales training section. This is going to be gold for that. So that's all I got for you guys on the reaching out to long-term rental landlord strategy. Go ahead, follow the step by steps, and I hope you guys crush it.